Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. When Hilaria Baldwin first stepped onto the Dancing with the Stars stage, no one knew what to expect. The yoga instructor, author, and mom of 7 is often in the public eye because of her family life with actor Alec Baldwin. But her debut on the dance floor brought something new, unexpected, and oddly nostalgic for fans of comedy, television, and pop culture. What stunned the audience wasn't just her fluid movements or her unexpected flair for performance, it was the subtle but undeniable connection her routine had to Alec Baldwin's legendary run on Saturday Night Live. Yes, you read that right. Behind the sequins, the bright lights, and the careful choreography, Hilaria's dance routine carried echoes of her husband's comedic legacy. The wink to Alec's SNL moments, especially his unforgettable Donald Trump impersonation and his years as one of the show's most iconic hosts, turned the performance into more than just entertainment. It became a cultural crossover, DWTS meeting SNL, with Hilaria as the bridge. But how did this connection come to life? And what does it say about Hilaria, Alec, and the Baldwin family's place in American pop culture? Let's unpack the layers, dive into the creative choices, and explore how one performance sparked conversations about legacy, love, and the unpredictable dance of life. The moment on the dance floor. The night Hilaria performed, the ballroom buzzed with anticipation. She had already charmed viewers in rehearsals, balancing her natural nerves with her trademark wit. But when the music began, something shifted. The audience leaned forward. The opening bars weren't just any melody, they were a cleverly orchestrated remix of a song tied directly to one of Alec Baldwin's most talked about SNL sketches. The choice of music wasn't accidental. Neither was the costume. Hilaria's partner twirled her across the stage in a routine that blended ballroom grace with comedic beats, a nod to the kind of sketch comedy timing Alec had perfected across dozens of SNL appearances. There were even brief moments when the choreography seemed to parody itself, playing with exaggeration and camp in a way that evoked the spirit of live sketch comedy. The performance was part homage, part reinvention, a reminder that Hilaria is not just Alec's wife but also a performer in her own right. Alec Baldwin's SNL legacy. To understand the magic of Hilaria's routine, you have to rewind to Alec Baldwin's deep history with Saturday Night Live. Few actors have had as enduring a relationship with the show. He has hosted more times than almost anyone in its history, and his portrayals, from scheming executives to absurd caricatures, cemented his comedic chops as much as his dramatic ones. Of course, the performance most people remember is his polarizing run as Donald Trump during the 2016 election and beyond. With a blonde wig, exaggerated scowl, and voice pitched somewhere between parody and impression, Alec's Trump became a cultural touchstone. Love it or hate it, the portrayal won him an Emmy and a permanent place in the SNL Hall of Fame. But Alec's SNL work goes beyond Trump. He starred in the infamous Sweaty Balls skit on NPR's Delicious Dish parody, one of the show's most replayed holiday classics. He played zany characters in musical numbers, straight men in absurd sketches, and hosts who leaned fully into the chaos of live comedy. For decades, Alec Baldwin was part of the DNA of SNL. That's why, when Hilaria's DWTS routine winked at his comedy legacy, fans immediately connected the dots. Hilaria's bold choice. Why would Hilaria, a woman best known for her work in wellness and motherhood, take the risk of tying her first big dance routine to her husband's comedic past? The answer may lie in her unique personality. Hilaria has often been portrayed as deeply protective of her family but also unafraid of poking fun at herself. She has navigated public controversies, including questions about her accent and cultural identity, with both vulnerability and resilience. For her, humor isn't just entertainment, it's a survival skill. By weaving Alec's SNL connection into her dance, Hilaria seemed to be saying, I get the joke. I'm in on it, and I'm not afraid to perform my own version of it. It was also a way of grounding her DWTS debut in something familiar. For a newcomer to competitive reality TV, drawing inspiration from her husband's most famous work gave her a foundation of cultural recognition. Instead of being just another contestant, she became the one who brought SNL to the dance floor. Fans react. Baldwin's take over television. The internet, predictably, lit up after her performance. Fans tweeted clips side by side, Alec as Trump, Hilaria twirling in ballroom sequins. Memes circulated about the Baldwin household rehearsals, joking that Alec must have been in the corner shouting out improv notes while Hilaria practiced lifts. One fan wrote, Hilaria Baldwin on DWTS channeling Alec's SNL sketches is peak 2020s TV. The Baldwins have officially infiltrated every show. Another joked. Next season, Alec Baldwin hosts DWTS. Season after that, the Baldwin Kids on Kids Baking Championship. The takeover is real. Humor aside, the performance sparked genuine admiration. Viewers were surprised by Hilaria's commitment, grace, and willingness to step into such a vulnerable spotlight. Alec's reaction. What did Alec Baldwin think? According to insiders, Alec was moved. While he's used to commanding the stage himself, watching his wife find her own rhythm in a national spotlight was emotional. Alec reportedly sent flowers to Hilaria backstage after her performance with a note that read, "From Studio 8H to the Ballroom, always your biggest fan." In interviews, he praised her bravery, admitting that while he's comfortable with sketch comedy, he'd be terrified to learn ballroom routines. "She's got more guts than I do," Alec quipped. The public got a glimpse of their supportive dynamic, a reminder that behind the headlines and controversies, they remain a couple who cheer each other on. Pop culture crossovers. When shows collide. Hilaria's DWTS routine also highlighted a growing trend in pop culture, the blending of different television worlds. When American Idol contestants covered songs made famous on Glee, audiences experienced a layered nostalgia. When comedians like Tiffany Haddish appeared on Dancing with the Stars, their routines sometimes carried echoes of their stand-up acts. Even RuPaul's Drag Race has borrowed from SNL-style parody, blurring the lines between reality competition and sketch comedy. Hilaria's dance, with its SNL undertones, fit perfectly into this era of crossover content. Viewers love Easter eggs, and the performance delivered them in spades. Beyond the routine, a statement about identity. For Hilaria, the performance wasn't just about dance. It was about redefining herself. Too often, she's cast in the shadow of Alec's fame or controversies. By tying her dance to his SNL legacy, she paradoxically carved out her own space, proving that she could take his cultural influence and remix it into something new. It was an artistic metaphor, acknowledging her husband's past while simultaneously stepping into her own spotlight. What's next for Hilaria on DWTS? Now that Hilaria has made such a splash, fans are eager to see what's next. Will she continue to weave Alec's comedy into her routines? Will she branch out into styles that connect to her Spanish heritage or her yoga background? Speculation is high. Some fans hope for a tango inspired by classic Hollywood films Alec once starred in. Others want to see a playful salsa routine featuring cameos from the Baldwin children. Whatever happens, it's clear that Hilaria has already positioned herself as one of the most talked about contestants of the season. The Baldwin legacy continues. Ultimately, Hilaria Baldwin's DWTS routine wasn't just about dance. It was about family, culture, humor, and resilience. By tapping into Alec Baldwin's SNL history, she created a performance that resonated beyond the ballroom. It reminded audiences that legacies aren't static, they evolve, stretch, and sometimes spin across unexpected dance floors. And for the Baldwins, that evolution is still unfolding, one step and one twirl at a time.